In our Healthy Colorado coverage, it is that time of year. Children will be taking to the streets Friday afternoon, all to go trick-or-treating and get on those sugar highs for all the parents.
Certainly, and that brings us to this. The spookiest holiday of the year isn't without its health risk. So with that, we're joined by our KRDO 13 expert, Dr. Nihal Sharma, here to talk about the health risk of Halloween.
Oh my goodness, all the costumes, right? Okay, we want to get right to the questions, of course. Parents might be concerned about their kids eating too much sugar. We all know that candy is not good for you, everything in moderation, right? But are there any kinds of candy that are better or worse for the kids or the adults?
Yeah, actually not all candy is created equal.
Oh.
So there is some better options, and those better options are chocolate-based treats. Usually the dark chocolate, because it contains antioxidant, and those mini-sized bars, because chocolate melts away in your mouth and can rinse faster. So it's less likely to cause cavities. Can still cause it, but it's less likely. The worst offenders are your sticky candies like caramel and gummy, because they cling to your teeth. The sour ones, because they're acidic and they can erode the enamel. And the hard candy, because they can chip teeth and are also a choking hazard.
I like this. I feel like I'm getting permission to eat chocolate. It sounds good. Well, we had this question floating around in the newsroom today among many of the parents up there. For those with really young kids, are there candies that should just outright be avoided?
Yes, yes. Candy that is a choking hazard cannot be given to kids under 4. You should avoid that, and that's hard candies, gumballs, nuts, and even jelly beans and gummy worms. Be careful with that. And for the parents out there with kids with food allergies, like we talked about last week, be careful. Make sure you're checking those labels. Avoid homemade treats. Have an allergy plan, those medications and epinephrine on hand in case.
Yeah, just in case. And of course, with all the kids running around, there are bound to be some trips and falls and injuries. What are some common injuries that happen in Halloween? How can parents be more prepared as they go out and about on Friday?
Yeah, so the most common would be those trips and falls, right? Because there's poor visibility and those costumes can be long and kids can trip on them. There's also burns because of those open flames on jack-o'-lanterns. There could be cuts from those pumpkin carving kits. So how can parents be better prepared? Make sure those costumes are not too long. Make sure those are hemmed properly and they are also flame resistant, fire resistant. Make sure that the kids have a reflective tape or glow sticks, or you follow well-lit pathways when it gets darker out there. And most of all, just have fun and be safe and warm.
Definitely, yeah. And be safe from the candy. Not too much candy.
Yeah. Not too much.
Yeah, all right, that's all we have time for today. Dr. Sharma, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. She's here.
Go ahead.
All right, yeah, every Tuesday at 4:30. If you have a question for her, email us, healthycolorado@krdo.com.
All right. Well, a retired